Amazon is going all in on humanoid robotics. They've replaced over 100,000 humans already, bringing their total fleet of humanoid robots to 750,000. Other companies are hopping on this trend as well, causing massive layoffs and more job uncertainty. Kyutai, a French company, releases their new voice model called Moshi, a model that's shockingly fast and available to use right now. Finally, Meta introduces Meta 3D Gen, a new open source system for end-to-end generation of 3D assets from text. So jumping right into it, this is an article that was posted a few months ago that at the time didn't get much attention, but it's starting to circle around now as more and more companies are starting to implement humanoid robots into their workflows. Amazon is by far the largest employer of humanoid robots, with current estimates to be around 750,000. They aren't stopping anytime soon and have been adding hundreds of thousands of humanoid robots to their workforce yearly since 2019. These robots are replacing a lot of Amazon's factory workers, doing routine work like sorting and replacing items to increase efficiency and ultimately save the company money. Other companies are taking note of this and have begun implementing their own fleet of humanoid robots. GXO Logistics has recently signed a multi-year deal with Agility Robotics to use their humanoid robot Digit to enhance their supply chain. This is the same robot that Amazon has employed in many of their factories, making Agility Robotics one of the first companies to actually deploy these robots in the real world. China has also been working on humanoid robots. Just recently, UBTech and FAW Volkswagen have partnered to develop a humanoid robot-run car factory. This is Walker S, UBTech's newest humanoid robot that can do a variety of auto manufacturing tasks like quality screening, minor part assembly, inspections, and automobile frame checks. They've already deployed many of these robots in NIO's factories, an electric car company in China, although the company admits it can mostly only do the lower-end tasks that don't require much expertise, but that it's constantly improving and the range of tasks it can perform is growing. BMW has also been working with Figure 1, the humanoid robot that showed off ChatGPT's vision capabilities in a demo earlier this year.
Great. Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
It is now being deployed in some of BMW's factories, where it's using these same vision capabilities to perform various end-to-end tasks like parts assembly as seen in this video. So the humanoid robotics industry is definitely something we'll be keeping our eye on because it's still so early in that industry, yet we're already seeing these robots being used in real-life scenarios and replacing real human jobs. This is only going to continue as these robots get better, and if you think about the total range of use cases for a humanoid robot, it's essentially the same as a human being, if not more. Because once the AI systems that these humanoid robots work on become as good as the average human, then what we'll have is a bunch of humanoid robots that are intelligent, who work on command, don't need a salary, and can work 24/7. This is obviously impossible to compete with for the average human, and it's something that we're going to have to deal with sooner rather than later. I don't think people truly understand how disruptive the humanoid robotics industry is going to be. We really haven't even seen anything yet. When we look back at this massive layoff from Amazon in a couple of years, these numbers are going to seem small. In other robotics news, MIT designed a robot grocery packer with pressure sensors and vision capabilities to help it differentiate between various foods it has to pack. So it's able to tell that something like a pack of grapes is a delicate food and should therefore not be placed at the bottom of the grocery bag, whereas a can of soup, it knows it's solid and can be placed under everything else. These are the type of complex decisions that robots are going to have to make in order to work in the real world, and we're seeing a lot of progress being made in that front, as you can see here from this video. Waymo 1, an autonomous robo-taxi company, is making their cars available to everyone in the San Francisco area. A large milestone in the autonomous vehicle sector and something we will likely start to see a lot more of. I've still yet to see one of these autonomous cars in my area because I do live in Canada, but I really want to try one of these just to see how it feels. If any of you have ever been in one of these before, let me know in the comments how it was. In other news, Elon Musk tweeted that Grok 2 is coming out in August. Previously, there was no date for its release, so now we do have a timeline, but keep in mind, Elon Musk is not exactly known for delivering on his promises, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Perplexity AI introduces a new feature called ProSearch for more advanced problem solving. ProSearch approaches problems with multi-step reasoning, allowing for better planning and efficiency. It can also take intelligent actions like initiating follow-up searches that build on previous results. They've integrated Wolfram Alpha with it as well, which makes it capable of answering complex mathematical questions with unprecedented accuracy and speed. I like to see Google Search do that. Now, switching gears, we absolutely have to talk about this new voice AI model called Moshi, created by a French company called Kyutai.
Hey, how's your day?
Speak with a French accent and tell me a poem about Paris.
Paris, the city of love, where time stands still, and hearts take flight. In the heart of Europe, it's in prime. The Seine River flows, a beautiful sight, as the lights twinkle and the stars glow clear.
Okay, thank you, Moshi.
The
That
beauty
was
of Paris.
okay. That was great. Very heartwarming. Maybe we can try something else. So now, speak like a pirate and tell me everything about your adventures on the seven seas.
In the folds of time, in the cobblestone streets, a tale of pirates and their bravery, a story of salty winds and the taste of freedom.
Okay,
I'm ready.
okay, Captain. Maybe I have a few questions for you. You can help me with that. So, what is the name of your ship?
My ship is named the Black Flag,
Okay,
homage to our pirate life.
okay.
What's your name?
My name is Captain Bob.
Captain Bob.
Yeah, exactly.
What brings you to the pirate life?
I don't know, just curious about it, like, what does it have for me, to be a pirate? Is it a good life to lead?
It's a wild ride,
Okay.
matey.
Okay,
There's
okay.
freedom, danger, and adventure at every turn.
Yeah, and so, okay, let's assume I become a pirate, so what will my days be made of?
Well, I'd start with the training.
Okay,
Learning how to fight, sail, and understand the sea.
okay.
And don't forget, pirates have their own code. One where loyalty and respect are everything.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So this whole demo was absolutely insane. In that clip, you saw some of the different voices the model can do, but just wait until you see them start talking to it.
Manu, which is going to present after, discussing with one of these participants, and you'll see that it's very fascinating because it's like making a phone call to someone that lives in the past.
Hello, my name is Bob. What's your name?
Hi, this is Jay.
Nice to meet you, Jay. Where are you from?
I'm calling from South Arizona.
Oh, brilliant. So you're American?
Yes.
So you know about the US, right?
Sorry?
So you know about the US.
Yes.
Okay, so who's the president right now?
The President Bush.
Oh, okay. And I heard he met the president of France recently.
Yes, I heard that too.
What's his name again?
His name is Jay Rock.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so you know a lot. Do you have a computer?
I have a computer, I have a cell phone.
Okay, what kind of computer and cell phone is that?
The cell phone is a Motorola.
Okay, and the computer
A computer is a Dell.
is a Dell. Okay, and what is
Laptop.
what kind of operating system do you have on your computer?
Windows 2000.
Windows 2000. Oh, brilliant. Okay, nice. I feel like yeah, go for it.
I have a plug-in modem.
Wow, you're super well equipped, Jay. That's impressive. Okay, thank you very much, Jay. I feel like I learned a lot about you. It was brilliant talking to you.
It's truly incredible how fast this model responds, and its responses actually make sense, like they're really based off what the guy is saying. This is something we have never seen before, besides with OpenAI's GPT-4o voice demo a few months ago, but we're still yet to get access to it. The difference with Kyutai's Moshi is that you can use it right now. All you need is an email address. I've provided the link in the description. Keep in mind there's a separate link for people in the US only, so just make sure to click on that one if you're in the US, or else it won't work. And to be honest, I've played around with it a bit, and it's not always super coherent. Like, it'll often start rambling about random topics that have nothing to do with our conversation, but sometimes you can get it to work perfectly, and it's honestly pretty amazing. I definitely encourage you guys to try it out for yourselves. Speaking of AI voice models, ElevenLabs introduces Iconic Voices.
ElevenLabs is proud to introduce the iconic Voice Collection. Choose from our exclusive selection of famous AI voices, including the illustrious Judy Garland. Able to read your favorite stories, publications, and uploads in the most authentic way possible, including The Wizard of Oz.
At that moment, Dorothy saw lying on the table the silver shoes that had belonged to the Witch of the East.
So download the ElevenLabs Reader app today.
So ElevenLabs decided to cut deals directly with the estate of these actors, which is a bold move and sets the precedent moving forward. In my opinion, this is the way to go, and I like to see celebrities getting on board with AI because they do have influence and it opens up more people's eyes to this technology, especially the older generation that will definitely recognize these big names, and it might even pique their interest to learn more about the technology. Speaking of celebrities getting on board with AI, Peacock has recently partnered with NBC Sports to use legendary announcer Al Michaels' voice in the coming 2024 Olympics. If you've ever watched an NFL game, then you know Al Michaels, and you know that he's been covering sports events for decades now. So having an AI-generated voice of Al Michaels to cover the Olympics is an interesting move, and we'll see how the public reacts to it in a few weeks when the Olympics start. Now, we have to talk about Meta's new 3D generation model because it's pretty crazy, and I feel like this is an underrated space in the AI industry. So this model is called Meta 3D Gen, and they're claiming it's the best model on the market today, producing higher quality, superior 3D assets at 3 to 10 times the speed of other existing models. We still have a long way to go before these models can produce movie-ready or even game-ready 3D assets, but we're making a lot of progress towards that, and with the speed at which AI advances, who knows? If you're wondering what this technology could look like in the future, well, just like how now you can create amazing movie-like videos from simple text prompts, imagine being able to create amazing lifelike 3D assets from simple text prompts. The possibilities this opens up for video game development are endless, and maybe eventually we will even be able to 3D print the assets these models generate. I don't know if you've ever heard of print on demand. It's an entire industry where people will design, for example, a piece of clothing, and then once someone buys it, it'll be printed and shipped to that person. Imagine the same idea, but with 3D assets instead. I don't know much about 3D printing, so I'm not even sure how that would work exactly, but it's definitely something interesting to think about. Finally, I wanted to show you guys this new AI coding agent called MentatBot because it has recently taken the lead on the SWE benchmark. As you can see here, it scores 38.33% on the SWE Lite benchmark, beating all other models like Alibaba's Lingma and Factory's Code Droid. I remember just recently in a video talking about how Factory AI's Code Droid has taken the lead on the SWE benchmark, and now it's already been dethroned. By the way, if you don't know what the SWE benchmark is, it's essentially just a way of testing how many GitHub coding problems the AI can solve autonomously. There's two versions, a full version with about 2,300 problems and a light version with about 300. For some reason, I couldn't find MentatBot's performance on the SWE full benchmark, but its performance on the light benchmark is indicative of how well it'll do on the SWE full benchmark. I remember back in the day, and I say back in the day like it was years ago, but it was really only a few months ago, but I remember when Cognition AI's Devin scored 13.86% on the SWE benchmark and everyone was going crazy. Now, only a few months later, we have models performing nearly 3 times as well, and just imagine when these models start getting close to 100%. What will happen then when we essentially have AI agents that can code as well as an expert human software engineer? I'm not exactly sure how that will play out, but that's it from me. I'm gonna leave you guys with that, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.